been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Blue 60! Right there in the middle, 55. Pick me up. Here we go. Hey, Red! Check right. Watching your time.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
21! Hey, let's go!
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Johnson's got it complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Here we go.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Receiver. I'm coming after you.
Play fake. Cousins. They'll roll him out right. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
3 buzz. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here.
To throw on third down. Stafford. They find some open field here. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Hey. 54. Check. Watch 54.
On 3rd down, Stafford. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's go, defense. Stay 50.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Lady! 50.
To throw on third down. Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. A first down carry here for Johnson. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay. A sack on the corner blitz. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
A big play there for Minnesota, and even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
It's going to be a long...
Throwing. Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the pass. 40 got. 40 got. Here we go. Check, 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 check. Watch twins. Watch twins.
On second down, it's Johnson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, watch it, watch it. 53, ready. Watch it.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check 31. Check Omaha, remove. Zebra. Hey, Zoo. 54, right there.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Sam Martin now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets out to an early lead over the Dolphins. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
That's the hunt. 180. Number 50. Hey, flipper, flipper. I don't think you got it, sir.
On first down, Abdullah. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Wide, wide. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game.
Sponge, protein spill.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's make these babies cry. Let's make these babies cry.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 15.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Cousins on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, high 7.
To throw is Cousins. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, yeah, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can...
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Mike Boone, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. Looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on fourth down.
Hey. 0. 55.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Check 53 is Mike. Black. Win championships, baby. Mike, 53. Bravo. Mike. Ricky. Let's go.
Play action now. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.